So we're currently checking if this live streaming really works. So good day to those viewers that we have today. So we are currently searching for about um, virtual assistants things to know and for them to be accepted in their job. So I've researched. So it is from Pioneer blog. So I'm currently reading it. 10 questions you should ask in a virtual assistant interview. So this will be a questions that needs to be asked by the interviewer. It could be a recruiter or it could be a tips for those people who looks for a virtual assistant. So every entrepreneur wants his or her business to grow and expand continuously. However, as sales increase, so does your workload and the daily demands you need to meet. You start to burn your hearts working in your business instead of working on it. You spend most days doing tasks that don't move the needle for your business. At some point, you'll need more hands and brains to help you out. So your next best bet is hiring an assistant. So there's a lot of people or those business owners who are looking for virtual assistants because maybe they have no enough budget to hire an employee, a real employee who can work for a full day, for 8 hours a day, like that. Because if you hire a virtual assistant, you they can only be paid based on what time they will work on. So if you want them to work only for 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, it will be depending upon your conversation within that assistant you have. So over the years, more and more entrepreneurs have hired overseas virtual assistants from Philippines and other foreign countries to offload some of their work. This setup allows you to hire virtual talents that speak excellent English for as low as $500 per month. Because here in our country, here in Philippines, some of it or some of countries, when you compare it, here in Philippines, we have only lower cost of living rather than other countries. Why? Because $500 a month, um, I think it could already been supply a family. But it depends upon the VA if he or she willing to accept this kind of amount of salary. Maybe other people may expect a bigger amount in it. However, the hiring process is extra challenging since you won't see any of them in person. It isn't easy to gauge a person's expertise and personality solely through video chat or interviews. After over 10 years of interviewing, hiring, and working with virtual assistants, my partner, okay, so I cannot say the name, safely say that we have cracked the code to managing virtual teams. If you are hiring your first or next virtual assistant, here are 10 questions you should ask during interview to ensure that you hire the right talent. So number one, what is your core expertise? For obvious reasons, you must first ask your interviewer what primary skills and services he or she offers. If you are currently looking for virtual assistant that will manage your business social media accounts, you need someone who has experience in social media management and scheduling tools and maybe some necessary skills in graphic design and copywriting. So if you really want to hire a VA or virtual assistants, they need to be trained or they need to have a little bit background in terms of editing or graphic designing in order for you to give them only a little bit of time to make them start on their working because some of the employers needs to train their virtual assistant for a week in order for them to really master what are the tasks that they needed to do. Unlike if that virtual assistant has already have a background previously in working in this kind of job like graphic designing, lead generation, social media management, then they could be possibly much easier for you to make them do their job or the things or those tasks you wanted to make them finish. Getting answers that match your requirements is a good sign to proceed with the interview. So number two, do you have experience with a specific skill? So aside from asking candidates what they do best, it is also vital that you get specific with your job requirements. Going back to the example earlier, some social media virtual assistants only focus on Facebook management or Instagram management. What if you're looking for someone who will manage your Twitter or LinkedIn accounts? Setting expectations as early as this part of the interview will save time for both of you in case their talents do not match your requirements. Also, this question can gauge whether or not you are willing to hire someone and train them. Some virtual assistants are good as generalists already and can quickly learn if you teach them to niche down. So, they have experience with specific skill. So it's better if you ask your future virtual assistant if they have already got an experience in this kind of work or job because you are making them giving them a task, then they need to do it as fast as possible because if not, then it could be a time consuming for both of you. So or you need to make sure that people or the VA you will need to hire has already a good background. So number three, tell me about your experience as a virtual assistant. So asking an open-ended question like this one will help you assess your potential virtual assistant's communication skills. Since both of you will not be working with each other face-to-face, good communication is crucial. Let your candidates tell you why they decided to be a virtual assistant, how many years have they been doing things, what do they like the most about it, etc. Tell me about your experience as a virtual assistant. So, when you ask it to your future VAs, so they will um, tell a story about their sales, what have they done on their previous jobs, if they have already got a background in working as a virtual assistant. It could be good thing if you will know all of it because you will know what are the tasks that they already know to do. So it will not be harder for you if you will know that this virtual assistant has already got an experience to those tasks that you needed to make them do. So number four, how many clients do you have right now? Virtual assistants typically enjoy the freedom of having multiple clients at a time. If you want to hire someone to work for you full time, then their answer to this question is critical. If you only need to them to work for your part time, you want to make sure that they have the time and mental space to accomplish their task. Yes. So you need to ask them if they have already another clients from other country because some virtual assistants have dual clients in a day, or maybe they work on the same time with two clients. So you need to ask them first because if you will don't ask it, maybe they can do two clients. So maybe they are working for you, then at the same time they are working for other people also. So it could be make them not so focused on the task that you have given to them. So that's number five. How many hours a week can we work together? So coming into the interview, you should already know how many hours you want to upload a virtual assistant each week. You most likely included this information in your job ad as well. So if your interviewee tells you he or she can commit to the hours you need each week, check back their answer from the previous questions. If you need them 15 hours per week and currently work with 8 other clients, you need to probe further. It is also an excellent time to discuss whether a fixed daily schedule or a flexible output-based setup works for both of you. Okay, so you need to ask that client you have if they can do the job or they can work for at least 40 hours a week, 20 hours a week, or if they can work for full time or part time, or if they are willing to extend their working hours. So you need to know that because some of virtual assistants having a full time job, then they are only applying for a part time job. So you need to know it also. So that's all. Number six, what is your preferred schedule? This question is crucial if your potential virtual assistant lives in different time zone. If you are from the US and your VA is from Philippines, note that the time difference is usually between 12 to 13 hours. If you need someone to work with you in your time zone, explicitly say this and ask the VA if they are willing to work in the schedule. It means that a VA from the Philippines will have to stay awake at night and sleep during the day, and not everyone is willing to do that. Yes, because what is your preferred schedule? Because asking them if they are willing to work at night. Because if you are from other countries like US, if they will um, hire a VA from Philippines, if in the US is morning, then in the Philippines it will be evening. So they need to talk to it if that virtual assistant is really um, wanted to work at night. So that's it. So number seven, you have a deadline today but your laptop crashed, what would you do? When you work with someone from the other side of the world, it is crucial to know how to handle emergencies when you can help them. Most virtual assistants would tell you that they have backup laptops or would go to an internet cafe to do their work. However, the right answer would be to tell you about the problem first and that their work in the coming days might be affected. Again, communication is so essential in a virtual setup. They might have found a way to beat the deadline today, but a broken laptop will definitely impact their work in following days, and you must be adequately informed. So most of the time, uh, for example, there's an emergency happen in their city, have totally a brand out. So you need to ask that future virtual assistant we have if they have another extra laptops, or if they have extra desktop, or if their computers have generators or aim it can be opened even there's no electricity in the area. So you need to ask all of it and what are their strategies they have if they have faced that kind of certain problem, because we can expect if emergency happens to us. Number eight, what essential skills or traits should a virtual assistant have? The last three questions in this list will help you get to know your potential virtual assistant on a more personal level. You'll be surprised how their answers can reveal so much about their character and expose red flags you wouldn't have seen coming. So, if the interviewee tells you that the good communication is a must-have trait, then that's a good sign. The skills and traits don't have to be necessarily about what type of work they can do, but more on how they do it. Okay. What essential skills or traits you should a virtual assistant have? What are the things that they can do, or what are the things that they have already produced, or what are the things they can already do? Because those traits are important to make you know them better. Integrity, for example, is an essential trait. It is doing the right thing even if no one is looking. VAs exhibit integrity in tracking their work hours honestly, doing the work themselves, not some good tracking, submitting original content, writers, and designers, and many more. What are your interests for the number nine? The interview stage is a two-way thing. You assess your VA and they evaluate you as well. Asking questions that related to work will make them feel that you care about them, not just as employees. Or asking this question will also help you learn things about them that can come handy in the future. For example, the PA you are interviewing tells you they may manage a small business on the side. This information tells you that you have someone on your team who understands what it's like to run a business. Yeah, you need to ask their interest. If they are, um, if their hobby is related to music, or they really wanted to watch animes or different series, so you need to know it in order for you to really know that person, the key of interest of it. So number 10, what motivates you? This can help you determine which virtual assistant best suits your team. Each person draws motivation from different things. Some people are self-motivated. They draw inspiration from personal experiences, which fuels them to do their work well every day. Some people, on the other hand, require constant validation and recognition to stay motivated. Also, the way answer this question tells you who among your interviewees have the self-awareness to know what motivates them. In the virtual setup, you want self-starters and those who can work and motivate themselves with less supervisions. What motivates you? Okay, so you need to ask that person if what um what is what make them motivated to do a certain task, or maybe what are the things that make them be active, mind mind active on doing a certain task. So decide what type of virtual assistant you want to work with long term. Relevant work experience is a good indicator of who to hire, but attitude and traits not directly related to work will determine if they can be with you in the long run. So that are the 10 questions you should ask in a virtual assistant interview. And I hope that this session that we have today, you learn something on it. So if you have not subscribed yet our YouTube channel, you can click the subscribe button there and click the notification bell and the like button. So this will be the end of our live streaming, and thank you for watching. So I hope you're doing well and see you soon. Bye.